really feel like that's the way resolutions, right? Or should be for the new year. I think having, like I said, just a resolution, a statement at the beginning of the new year may work for some people, but it's not realistic. And I've been thinking about it and kind of what my goals for 2026 are going to be. And they are, some are self-care and some are just being a better person in general. So that needs to be a goal of mine for 2026. And the goal is going to start with just through January. And so that's how I'm looking at 2026. Is my short-term goal for January is to eat more protein, because I know I don't eat enough protein, and to use my compression machine every day like I'm supposed to, and see how January goes. And then I know that if as January progresses and I do better, then I will make other short-term goals throughout the year and get to where I want to be, hopefully by this time next year.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexie Callies. Do you feel the squeeze of caring for an elderly loved one and school-aged children? Then welcome to the Sandwich Stories. Let's dig in.
Hi everybody, it's Lexie Callies with Sandwich Stories. I hope you're all having a really great week. We just finished up Christmas and the new year is coming. I am not one to do resolutions. I think that puts a lot of pressure on people that, as you all know, being sandwiched, we don't need any more pressure. No, that is not what we need in our life. But I think having goals is important. So having goals and making sure that we try to reach those goals, I think is the best way to look at the new year. What are their goals going to be? Is it better self-care? Is it better patience with your loved one and your family? Is it, I mean, people always say losing weight, dry January, travel more, be better with your finances, whatever it's going to be. But by putting up at the beginning of the year saying, I'm going to do X, is kind of, it is defeating, right? So how are you going to do X, right? So it's going to be, I think that's why we need to set goals. So the goal is going to be, a friend of mine said she wants to try to not drink this year. She just wants to see how it goes. She did it for a little bit because of health reasons earlier last year, and now she wants to move forward with it for the rest of this coming year. And maybe she becomes, she doesn't drink alcohol anymore. And that's okay. I love her to death. My gosh, we can have fun with alcohol, without alcohol. So she said she's going to start with January. She's going to do dry January. And that is her short-term goal. And then she's going to move forward and then make it through spring break, which for us, Easter is early this year. So really through Easter, like, can she make it through the, Good Friday? And then see how she goes from there and move forward and move throughout the year that way. And I really feel like that's the way resolutions, right? Or should be for the new year. I think having, like I said, just a resolution, a statement at the beginning of the new year may work for some people, but it's not realistic. And I've been thinking about it and kind of what my goals for 2026 are going to be. And they are, some are self-care and some are just being a better person in general. So one is self-care, which is, I know I need to lose weight. Like, I know I need to lose weight and I've done it before and I fell off the wagon. I need to get back on the wagon. So that needs to be a goal of mine for 2026. And the goal is going to start with just through January. So I need to use one thing. I need to use my medically prescribed compression device, leg compression device, every day. I use it a couple days a week, but I really should use it every day according to my doctor and really get the health benefits out of it. Because I was diagnosed with lymphedema, and it's not an easy thing to combat. And so I only have stage 1 of it. So it's really small and low and mild. So if I can really focus on my health and lose weight and use my compression machine the way I'm supposed to, then maybe that will help with the pain that I have due to lymphedema. And so that's how I'm looking at 2026. Is my short-term goal for January is to eat more protein, because I know I don't eat enough protein, and to use my compression machine every day like I'm supposed to, and see how January goes. And then I know that if as January progresses and I do better, then I will make other short-term goals throughout the year and get to where I want to be, hopefully by this time next year. And like I said, you can use that as being a caregiver too. So make those short-term goals. Do you want to visit your loved one in their facility more often? Because I know there are people who are caregivers and their loved ones live in facilities, but I've talked to people and they said, I don't visit as much as I should. And I feel guilty for that. Why live with that guilt? Why make that hard for yourself? Why put that pressure and stress on your body for no reason? Now, life gets in the way and we have kids and we have things to do. And I feel it too. Like, I'm the person that says after a couple days, like, oh, I haven't seen my mom. I got to get over there. And that's how I look at it. And I think that's how most caregivers should look at it. If your loved one lives in a facility and you feel you need to go visit more, add an hour a week. So maybe that's just going in on most people will go on a Saturday or a Sunday because they have the time off. So if you have the ability to go in, maybe you go into work an hour later. Maybe that's possible for you to do that. Maybe that's the possibility. And you get a coffee, and if it were my mom, a latte, I would get her a latte, and I would come 1 extra hour a week, bring her a latte, say good morning, have morning coffee with her, and then go off to work. But that right there is special for your loved one and special for you, because now you're taking that guilt away and that stress away from you, and your loved one gets to see you, and you get to have a nice morning chat and say good morning and see how they are, but you can still go off to work or go after work. Yes, I understand. We have tons to do after work. We have tons to do in the afternoon with the kids, but maybe the kids don't have practice one day, or maybe they can beg off of practice one day, and you take the kids to go see your loved one at the facility, and they will love it because they want to see their grandchildren or their great-grandchildren, depending. They want to see you. And if you have a tough relationship with your loved one and you're trying to mend it, bring the kids. They're a great buffer, and everybody's happy. And you go in after work or later in the afternoon, and you bring the kids. They get to see their grandparent or their great-grandparent, and they get to talk, and you get to see them. And yet again, the guilt is taken off of you. Just little things. And maybe these little things will build up throughout the year that okay, I'm going to go see my mom I see my mom on these days regularly, but now I can add in an extra hour, an extra half hour, morning, afternoon, after work. Maybe your loved one is up and moving after dinner. They're not really ones to want to go to bed right away after dinner. And so maybe that's the time when you can ask your husband or your partner to say, hey, I'm going to go see mom for a minute. I'm going to go see dad for a minute. Can you do bedtime? And hopefully you have a supportive partner or spouse, and they'll say, yeah, sure, I can do that. No problem. And it's just that moment to go in there and say hi and take the guilt away. I mean, I feel it. I mean, I've been told I see my mother too much, but so maybe my goal should be to trust more and to not see my mom so much. Yeah, I'd have to learn to trust a little more, but I'm working on it. It's something I'm working on. It's my little things. I have been trusting more with my mom's new facility. It's hard not to, just do my little things around that I'm used to doing, but it's hard to just be a daughter and sit. But I'm working on it. I am working on it. And that's also a goal for me, is to trust more, trust the caregivers, trust the facility, trust the people around here. Now, don't get me wrong, I will still show up. I will still be there, but maybe I'm not going to be the one that's like, oh, is her bed made properly? Does she have this? Does she have that? Just go and hang out with her, watch a show, have a coffee, sit outside if the weather's nice, all of those things. So maybe, those are my goals for 2026. And yet again, short-term goals, right? So we just need to work on those short-term goals for 2026 so that we can say, I feel better about myself. Because we all need that. We all need to feel better about ourselves. We put so much stress on ourselves being a good mom, being a good spouse, being a good caretaker, being all the things that I've talked about before. And how do we be better to ourselves and take the stress away? Short-term goals. So if this works for you, short-term goals instead of a big overarching resolution, then let me know what they are. Put your comments in. Let me know what your goals are for this year. What are you wanting to do? Are you going to be a better mom? Do you want to be a better spouse? Do you want to be a better caretaker? Do you want to be better to yourself? Because caretakers are not good to themselves. We've all talked about it. So I hope use those short-term goals. See what you can do in the next 4 weeks of January. What can you add? What can you take away? And then, did it work? Yes. Great. What's the next short-term goal? We're going to extend it through Easter, which is roughly like the 26th of March this year. So it's really early. So then January ends and you have 2 months. Let's extend it, right? And then you're going to look, oh, did it work? Yes. Do I need to tweak it? Maybe. Okay. So then we make some adjustments and we tweak it. And do we make it through Easter to Memorial Day? Use major holidays to kind of extend your goals, because it's a day on the calendar that's not going away, right? Yes, Easter adjusts. I get that, but this year it's early, so it doesn't feel like it's so long from January when you need to adjust or tweak or keep moving forward, right? If it's all working and you're moving forward and you're seeing progress in whatever your goal is, then you move to Memorial Day. And then you can go from Memorial Day to 4th of July, or if you want to extend it a little further, just say the first day of school or Labor Day, right? Our first day of school will be August 12th. And then a couple weeks later is Labor Day. So, maybe that's the way to do it. So the whole summer, your goals are Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then Labor Day to Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the things. And hopefully by the end of the year, you'll feel great. And maybe you'll make bigger goals based off of this one goal for 2026. So then 2027 comes and the goal is bigger, right? Because you've made changes and you feel good about it. So let's look at it that way. I'm looking at 2026, not a giant resolution. My 2026 is going to be to lose weight and to take better care of myself and to listen to my doctor because my husband says I don't. And why is he paying the insurance if I'm not going to listen? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So since 2026 is coming in to the new year, we have a song of the week. So my friend Jeremy picked the song of the week, and it is going to be Good News by Shaboozey. I know of Shaboozey. I don't know them very well, but so new song for me, new song for you, maybe, unless you're Jeremy and you know Shaboozey and it's not a new song for you. So yeah, the good news is coming, right? The good news is that we get to start fresh of 2026. If things happened in 25 that you want to forget about them, move forward, use those short-term goals, and we'll see how it goes through the new year. Okay. Like I said, put your short-term goals in the comments. Let me know. I want to know what your goals are for 2026. Maybe there are people who are listening that have the same goals and we can work together that way. So I hope you all have a happy, safe New Year's Eve. And I will talk to you all next time. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Sandwich Stories. I really hope you learned some new things and enjoyed it. If you did, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your dad, tell everybody you know to also listen. Maybe they'll learn some new things, how to help each other out, and find us at Sandwich Stories Podcast. Thanks so much.